dreams may come.
Robin Williams movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like hell.
The darkness is like hell?
Yeah, but not a hell you can feel, but a hell you can see. Hello everybody, this is DID Hatchery, and today I'm going to show you a very personal therapy video from the night we went to the ER. And I debated whether this is something appropriate to show or not. But part of the reason I have a channel is to show people all the aspects of DID, what it looks like, how it feels, so that people who don't have DID might be able to grasp it one day. It's a very difficult disorder to believe and to understand. What you have to understand about me is before I knew that I had DID, I didn't believe in DID. I didn't. I would watch, since I was a kid, I would watch TV shows, those talk shows, and they would have somebody with multiple personalities on there. And every single time I thought, oh, this is such BS. Look at them seeking attention. This can't be real. So I understand what people who don't have DID, why they don't understand it or don't believe it. I get that. Another facet of DID that can be a little bit unbelievable to people who don't experience it is a concept of inner worlds. People with DID sometimes have inner worlds. I'm not sure if every system has one and they just have amnesia for it and don't know they have it, or if only certain systems have them. I don't know. But if you'd asked me 5 years ago if I had an inner world, I would have said, well, yeah, everybody has an inner world. I have my thoughts and my feelings, whatever. That is not what we're talking about. The inner world of DID is very different from your inner life, is what I'll call it. It's an actual place internally with architecture and structures and designs and spaces, visual spaces that different parts live in. Up until now, I've had very little understanding of my inner world, and I think there's very little research on this. I wondered, what is the function of this inner world? Why is it part of DID? Why is it necessary? Is it just my imagination? Is it a maladaptive daydream? This is what I can say. When my amnesic barrier started coming down, I noticed that something opened up inside of me like a suitcase. It just went plump, plump, and then suddenly there was this visual representation of an inner world inside of me. It was part of my amnesia that I didn't know it was there. I did not design this inner world. I had nothing to do with the creation of this inner world. Some people think that systems build inner worlds in therapy as a sort of exercise. No. This was never built in therapy. There was never a thought in my head about it. It came fully formed to my consciousness. And by that, I mean my amnesia made me not understand that that was there. It was always being formed by some part of my brain, but I did not do it willingly, or I did not make it happen. It just was there. I still don't know how it was created. And so I haven't known very much about my inner world. A couple of alters have mentioned aspects of the inner world before in videos. I think Lola Blue talked about it briefly, and James talked about it very briefly, but it turns out James doesn't like the inner world, so she doesn't want to talk about it when she's not in there. And that's true for a lot of alters. They don't necessarily like the inner world. And so this newest video is actually an alter I have never met. It's an alter that is new to me, not a new alter, new to me, named Shiseido, who is under great stress. When we are in the ER, okay, this is how it sort of works. when a system is in public, they have the capacity to mask. And masking is not by choice. It's just what your neurological system does. So if there are a normal number of triggers and stressors in an environment, most systems just mask, and that's how that works. But if there are stressors in the environment that are overwhelming, so overwhelming to the system that they can't cope with it, then masking doesn't work, and then just things happen because too much stress breaks down the mask for our system. And so we were in the ER, going to an uncertain place, terrified, having been in this situation a million times, and reliving that trauma of uncertainty about what's going to happen to me, what's going to happen to me, who will hurt me in the next place I go. You know, reliving that made it impossible to mask. And so when this video was filmed, although you can hear a lot of people talking, because remember, this is a very busy ER, I'm actually in a closed room with my therapist. There's a wall of glass here and it's sliding doors. And so the door is closed, even though I think it's closed. I'm pretty sure it was closed, and if not, it was open a crack, maybe. And so he was there and I was there and nobody else was in the room with us. And this altar came out and they are speaking from the inner world. This is them looking at the inner world and telling him what they're seeing, what they are experiencing from a portion of our inner world that I had never heard of before. Because there's just, an inner world can be extremely large depending on the system, the person, the complexity of whatever's going on. And, you know, like I said before, I've always wanted to learn the function of the inner world, and I don't simply think it's just a place for your altars to hang out. I absolutely do not believe that. I believe that every aspect of the inner world is designed symbolically to represent certain traumas. It's sort of a memory palace, maybe. Maybe that's where our memories go, separated into these portions of inner world. That's maybe, I don't know. It's something I'm trying to understand and learn. But I do know from watching this video that the design of the inner world, the way it works, is related to trauma. That's all I can say for now. But the more I learn about it, the more I'm going to research it and try to figure out what is the true nature of an inner world for a DID system. So here's an altar named Shiseido. This is the only time I've ever seen this altar. I've never felt them. I've never been co-conscious with them. And they're answering questions of what they're seeing to my therapist. So, you know, maybe I'll talk a little more on the other side, but I hope you enjoy this and I hope you learn from it. I really want like therapists, doctors, psychologists to see this, and I want them to learn from it. Do not just dismiss systems, inner worlds. That's a huge mistake. They are highly intertwined with our psychology and our trauma. It's disguised as metaphors. But, and like I said, I don't know the entire nature of it, but I do know that so far. So, you know, I hope you know, trigger warning, it's very dark, some disturbing imagery, you know, hospital setting, you know, so just keep that in mind when you continue watching. Okay, see you on the other side.
Wow, that's like,
No, it's just really dark there.
where?
There.
Right in front of you, or is it like reach? Can you reach it?
It's out of my reach right now. It's right there.
What does it look like?
Black, thick.
Is it moving?
Yeah.
Where? Where's it moving to?
I don't know. Nowhere.
Is it coming towards you?
No, it's not moving in that way.
So you're safe from it.
Like ripples. It's not dangerous unless you dive into it.
Well, how do you know?
I don't know, I just know.
Will it kill you or just hurt you?
It might do something that nobody can conceive of.
Like what?
I don't know. That's why we fear it.
Sometimes you don't have to fear the unknown.
We do.
Why?
Because because we know there are deep, dark things in the deep, deep dark.
Like what? I can't understand fully.
The darkest of the dark things.
Are these people or just events?
Events, people, altars. Have you ever seen What Dreams May Come?
Robbie Williams movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like hell.
The darkness is like hell?
Yeah, but not a hell you can feel, but a hell you can see.
So it's just visual. Can you dip your toe in it?
I'm not dipping my toe in there. I will never come back.
Can you talk to it?
I don't want to talk to it. But I can hear the others singing deep down in the dark.
Are there other altars in the dark?
Yes.
Do you know what kind?
They are covered in oil or something.
Are they human altars?
They are human? Maybe they are zombies.
Can you see them or are you just guessing that they're there?
I can see them.
Are they looking at you?
They are trying to drag themselves out.
Of the black.
But they can't because they're all tangled up and they keep each other down.
So that sounds like kind of a good thing. They can't get out.
But they need to get out
Why?
because they need to come to the light.
Is that what they're trying to do?
Yes. But they can't.
What will the light do for them?
They'll be able to breathe in the light.
So, why don't you help them?
Because I can't help them.
Why?
I'm just not allowed to.
You can just reach out. Try it.
No. No.
At least try pointing your finger towards them. Nice, that's a good start.
But they will take me with them and I cannot go.
Why would they take you with them if they want to get out?
Because they can't help it. I am too weak and they are too strong, and if I touch them, they will pull me under.
What do you think will happen if they pull you under?
I'll die, or I'll die. I don't know what will happen. Drown in the tar, drown in the oil. I won't be able to breathe.
But they're breathing.
But they're half dead.
But you don't know that.
I can see it.
They might just need help.
The bones are showing.
Who are you?
I am an observer.
Is that what I should call you?
I guess you could call me that right now, but that's not my name.
Well, if it's not your name, then I will pick something different. Bob.
No, it's not Bob.
Can I call you Bob?
No.
What can I call you?
For now,
Yeah.
you can call me Shiseido.
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 It's a color.
Really?
Red.
Oh.
But I'm not red. Red is a different altar. I am Shiseido.
Shiseido, do you know how you were created?
No. But I see a lot of things
Where?
out in the dark. I'm tired now.
Do you know who that was?
No. One of the things I noticed about this video is Shiseido said something that another altar said in a previous video we made. Shiseido said something like, there are deep, dark things in the deep, deep dark. We have another video, and I can't remember the title of it exactly right now, but it's like a deep, dark fog. You know, that's what the thumbnail says on it, like a deep, dark fog. And I swear an altar in there says there are deep, dark things in the deep, deep dark. I felt that if I was ever gonna delve extremely deeply into myself, I always felt that I would need to be in a controlled environment. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just I'm anxious. Maybe I'm just fearful of my own self. Maybe maybe none of that will happen. But there's just this feeling inside of me that there are very dark things in the deep, deep dark. Do you understand? There are just dark things there. I think this is a known fact in my system, this concept of deep, dark things in the deep, deep dark. And throughout my life, I've experienced that feeling of, oh no, there's something out there I don't know, and whatever it is, it's so big, it's so terrifying that it's better to end everything before experiencing whatever is in the deep, deep dark. And so that's just something I have to learn to deal with in my system, is that there's a lot of amnesia, and to some altars in my system, amnesia is the deep, deep dark, and they're terrified of what's out there. They're terrified of what they're going to find out. But somewhere in my inner world, the deep, deep dark exists, and the memories are there. They're there. And so, like I said before the video started, I just hope doctors and therapists and psychologists don't dismiss inner world discussions. I think they are highly important, and you can learn a lot if you just listen. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are having a good day, and hopefully we can learn more about DID together. Okay, lots of love. Talk to you soon. Bye.